Hey, what it do, y'all? What it do, what it do, what it do, what it do. Yes, indeed. Tonight's live stream is going to be an interesting one with none other than CoolGent87. Just waiting on him to get in the building. Let me make sure that I send him the link once again. He probably has it, but you know it's always good just to make sure that. Oh, there you go. Hey, that's what's up. He's here. Let me get him on. 1 second, y'all. Hey, what up, fam? What up? What up? Don't even need
What
an
it do?
introduction. Nothing much,
What's
man.
going on, man? Man, just made it back a second ago, man. Shoot, how you been?
Oh, doing good. Hey, by the way, do you hear any background noise on my end? Or everything sounds cool and copacetic?
No, everything's solid. Everything's solid.
All right, cool, cool. Yeah,
Maybe switch
yeah.
to my computer though. But yeah, I maybe switch to my computer though. Um,
Okay, cool.
if I get a
Shoot.
chance.
Well, do you need some time to switch right quick? I could kind of do an introduction if you need to switch right quick.
Uh, I just gotta send the StreamYard link to my email if you still got my email, right?
Yeah, I'll send it there. I'll send it there.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll
Go
do
on.
that right quick.
All right, cool.
Mhm. All right, I'll do a little introduction while I send that link to you for sure.
Okay. Okay, bet.
All
Appreciate
right.
it.
Yeah, no problem, man. All right, everybody, cool gent. He gonna get in the building through a different avenue here. So let me try to make sure. Let me take him off of this. Let me see. Well, actually, let me just remove him from the stream here, and then let me see if I can actually add him a different way just to make sure. But yeah, while I do that, let me go through the introduction for y'all, let y'all know kind of where I'm coming from with this live stream here. Basically, this live stream in particular is kind of like what made me add the Book of Eli to this whole topic of Black Knight. I mean, you look at him and you think about the fact that he had to go through a lot of the things that I mentioned in regards to Black Knight. I mean, you think about what took place in that time, given that particular movie. It was like based on apocalyptic times and things like that. And so, therefore, I mean, you basically had to move about a certain way in those times. And that's kind of what that individual did at that time. So, he had to basically go about he had to basically go about being a certain way in those times like a Black Knight individual. You know what I'm saying? And so with that said, he had to go about dealing with not only scorched earth, he had to deal with scorched skies because that's kind of what took place in those days. It was kind of scorched earth and scorched skies. That's a different topic if you want to talk about scorched skies. But that's basically what took place as you see in the thumbnail with the character of Eli that Denzel Washington played. He pretty much had Sodom and Gomorrah behind him. That's kind of how I looked at the scorched earth scenario that was behind Denzel Washington at that time. He was basically in a scorched earth situation, and I looked at that as like the Sodom and Gomorrah. So I'll be talking about that with CoolGen87 because he is biblically inclined to those type of talking points. And so I mean, and you think about the Book of Eli, what that has a biblical context to it. And of course, if one saw the movie, which I'm not going to give too much of a spoiler alert, I'm not going to give too much of a spoiler alert on that. But what I will say is that he ended up reciting the whole Bible in that movie at one point. Now I'm not going to say how, when, where, and why in the movie, but he did. Looks like CoolGent back. Let's get him back on. All right. Yeah, buddy. Okay. I think you're still on mute. See if you can get you. There you go.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, man. Y'all hear you talk a little bit about the Book of Eli, man.
Yeah.
Very classic, underrated movie, man. One of his most underrated films, in my opinion. Spiritual movie.
Very spiritual, and we gonna make it a movie for everybody. So make sure y'all got y'all, as y'all see on my screen here, popcorn, nachos, tacos, hot dogs, and soda for this one. Yeah, shoot, I got a little something to sip on. I got some stuff on the side myself, so while you talking, I'm gonna be munching in between. So yeah, buddy. But yeah, I think basically the theme of this live stream is kind of picking up where we left off when we was over at Cookie's channel, and you had mentioned a lot of things, and so we kind of want to pick up from there because I believe that ties in with what I mean about Black Knight. So here's what I mean, and you're probably well aware of a lot of those talking points, but the White Knight aspect of it, that's what I mean. But I added the Black Knight to that and introduce that to most of YouTube because there's got to be something opposite of the White Knight because not every guy wants to go and just be in monk mode. I'm not against monk mode, but not every guy is just saying monk mode and I don't want nothing to do with women and blah blah blah. So the Black Knight type, he's getting through the fire, he's getting through the flames, and every now and then he got a chick around, but she got to be like a plain Jane, and that's kind of how that chick was in the movie with the Book of Eli character.
That's facts. Definitely a plain Jane, man. That's what a lot of us may have been looking for, man. Is a plain Jane, man. Someone that's simple to get along with and who doesn't give us a whole headache like the other chicks. And that's all what a lot of men pretty much want. I always say like all the fake stuff they got on, man, it's a facade. I'm not gonna deal. I'm not. I don't want to say I'm against it, but I prefer natural beauty when it comes to a woman and how she carry herself.
Facts. And you think about in those times, in that movie scene, I mean, you're going to deal with a chick in a raw. You ain't going to have a lot of makeup around. Where the nearest store going to be?
Oh, yeah. Ooh. It's going to be a time like that to come again, bro. There's going to be a time to come like that again. I ain't got the scriptures at the moment, but yeah, man. Yeah, I was talking about that, and I remember reading about that. So, what like they're gonna have like their beauty products and stuff like that, and they had no choice but to go natural, bro. Like that's what it's all gonna come down to. So, it's gonna be a lot of they're gonna be eating humble pie, a whole lot, man.
Yes, sir. A whole lot of humble pie, man. See, we just, like I said, I knew we was gonna go somewhere with this, man, because this is kind of like at the core what we asking for is just we were trying to get back to the bare minimums. And I think like for a certain individual that still chooses to be around women, he wants someone that's simple, someone that's actually more primitive, actually someone that's more ancient in her ways that she goes about, even with her way of communication. Back in those days, a lot of the feminine did not talk so much. They only talked with few words to make sure that the man understood where she was coming from.
Yeah, there was consequences against women who talk against men. Like or just disobey orders, like there was consequences to be paid. Like seriously, back in those times, man. Like a lot of them today would not survive in those times, bro, at all. Like especially the biblical times and stuff, man. My goodness, bro. But yeah, man, I do want to see brothers like uplift one another, because like I said, they trying to tear us down, man, especially the black man, like truth be told. And we have the ones like ourselves that's doing our own thing. We take care of our business, man, and we're doing the best that we can to our abilities. And yes, I'm glad you mentioned something about the ancient women, though, man. Like, yes, the ancient women that don't wear masks, those are the ones we love, man, and appreciate. You know, I want you without your mask, you know, but a lot of them wouldn't really understand that particular logic.
Facts. I mean, yes, you should be wearing a mask or even a veil to others, but be bare bones with you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. So, you know, at least one thing I would say with the mask, like you cover up. When you cover up for your man, that's showing us respect. That's how you show love to us, to a man. When you show respect to us, you're covering up for your man and not putting it out there for every guy to see. And you see it throughout the whole social media, of where a lot of modern women, you know, they cry and beg, talking about there's no real men out here. But if they have somebody in a life that wants to get to know them and stuff, they rebuke that. And they do a lot of things, man, that they don't even realize. I think it's a lot of things that they don't even realize what they're doing is what keeping them like single and stuff out here, man. Like I said, a lot of their girlfriends, that's really number one, their attitudes. You know, they wasn't taught, you know, that's the third thing. So those things to come together, man, like that really pushes and keeps them away from their blessing. And that's why a lot of them got these particular, I don't want to say, you know, curses, but they push away their blessings. I just leave it like that. They push away all their blessings. Man. You know?
Yeah, it's crazy.
So
they do.
And for us men, like brothers like us, man, like we know what we want. We're being true to ourselves, you know. But as in this day and age, it's like authenticity doesn't sell, man. So now they call it good bad and bad good, you know. And that's not good at all. To call certain things the opposite. Like that, you know. We got to change that back and around how it's supposed to be. But there's only a few of us that's gonna that were taught to keep things in order the way how it's supposed to be. But now, I mean, you got, you know, the upper people that's trying to do everything they can to eliminate our common sense. Like biology is something that you cannot pass. You cannot bypass biology, though, man. You know, we're made to love women. You know what I'm saying? Take care of them, the right ones, of course. We're made to, you know what I'm saying, build ourselves up, you know what I'm saying, and follow wherever it is that our gifts that we are gifted, you know, within ourselves by the Most High. So, yeah, bro.
Yeah, it's interesting because it's like you deal for chaos, and there's so many ways I can speak on that, but I'm kind of saving that for later because we could really go deep with their chaos. But what I will say is that in those times, in certain times to come, or even what I believe going forward, because a man really with this black knight side of him that is not about being a white knight, you're not going to settle for less. What I believe is that you ain't gonna want to deal with no chaos on no front. Ain't do none of that. Like, okay, check that out the door. What's wrong? You know what I mean?
Right. Because a lot of men now are protecting their peace. A lot of more men are protecting their peace, man. Even the simp dudes and stuff, man. Like they're like, man, I don't even want no chaos, man. Like I just want my peace. That's all a lot of men want, but we can't really get that from women because they don't know how to do that.
Oh yeah, and I noticed with certain dudes, because I followed a couple of chefs and stuff, right? Because I like cooking. But I noticed a lot of chicks like those chaotic kind of chefs. They just be all over the place, but somehow they end up still cooking a good meal. They could come off somewhat violent while they're cooking. Even certain comedian guys like that, because a certain aspect of being a comedian is chaotic too. You know, they just trying to make sense of their own chaos. So
Right.
chicks are like drawn to that, but in a certain time, it's like, you know, we're about order right now. We're not about like the chaos. We can still have fun, but
Right.
based on things being in order, based on things being peaceful.
Facts. That's pretty much the simple things they would love. But like I said, I have to dig more deep into the information on why a lot of them would choose chaos over peace, though, man, because it's like that's something that's just not really normal to have. But yeah, bro, it's just this culture is just upside down, all within itself. It's a war within itself. And the thing about it, it's not getting no better. And I see it every day. I mean, like, it's getting more colder out here. And I'm trying to have got my coat ready.
Oh yeah, Cortez, he brought up a good point. You just mentioned before I bring up Cortez, you said CoolGen about, you said what about your coat again?
Oh yeah, I said we know about the winter and stuff, man. You know how it's getting more colder as far as like the people, the women and stuff. And I just bought my
Oh
coat
yeah.
just in case, man. You know,
Oh
because
yeah. Yeah, I wrote a song one time, and I don't mind putting this out because nobody will be able to sing it like me. But you probably might be able to. But basically, part of the hook, yeah, part of the hook basically goes like, you know, my clothes don't stay dry because I got to walk back out in the rain. I'm always out in the rain.
yeah,
Yeah,
I like that.
they
Or
they
like,
can't even stand the rain.
right. Oh man, especially a lot of sisters, man. No, what's that saying? Someone said like, when man go outside in the rain, like he cry, he cry, he go out in the rain and cry just so nobody can see his tears.
Oh
Or,
yeah, I heard of that. Yeah, that's deep. Or even just jumping in the shower.
yep,
Yup.
yep. I was like, man, I ain't even thought about that. I'm like, man, it's deep. But yeah.
And so that's part of why some men work out too, and they work up that crazy sweat, blood,
Mm-hmm.
sweat, and what? Tears.
Mm-hmm.
You can
That's it.
hardly see his tears while he's sweating. So, yeah, man. Cortez, he said women love Salt Bay, even though his food ain't that good. He's just chaotic. Exactly. Exactly.
It's when they good, man.
Yeah, he
Yep.
just does a basic butter. He throws everything in butter and then kind of does that little sprinkle dust at the end.
Dang. Man, that's crazy, man. But yeah, man. You know, also, oh girl, like these days that we fight for our masculinity, man. Like, and you see my post, you and some of the other brothers see my post early, man, about how if a woman don't, if a woman's against you, trying to find like self-improvement channels such as this or mine or others, I'd say kick them to the curb because they are against your masculinity. They are against your growth. They don't want to see you be better, man. They hate that. It's like our masculinity is a threat to them. Why? Because they too busy trying to compete like us men. That's why we're in competition with each other.
Yeah, exactly. And what did Eli say to that chick in the movie? He really didn't want her to go with him. He was like, "You're going to be a burden to me. Like, why
Yep.
do I need you with me? And you're going to be a burden." She said, "I won't be a burden. I'll be quiet. I'll be just like, I'm not going to be a gnat on your back. I'll just follow you like the shadow, but I'm not going to be like a gnat on you. Like I will leave you alone. Like I just want to be around you. Like if she's not like that, she's not worth being around. You got to kick to the curb because otherwise she's gonna be a burden. Otherwise she's gonna be a burden."
Yep. Like Wolverine out here, man. I like to be by myself though, man. Got to be like that out here, and that's what it's gonna come to again. Man, the cities are still gonna be done, which they are talking about that now, and it's gonna be like a forest. It's gonna be like a forest out here, or a jungle, I guess you would say. And it's gonna be like all of us men out here who like know how to survive. They want to play like what's the movie? Think of Hunger Games.
Yep.
People better wake up and smell the coffee, man. That's exactly what's going on right now as we speak. Not really deep, not deep enough to it, but it's getting there. It's going to get there to that point.
Oh yeah, man. I mean, and I believe I kind of sort of lost my train of thought on some things, but it'll come back to me. But yeah, that is the main thing. I think it's like a quintessential. Like, she literally cannot be a burden. Oh yeah, it came back to me. So now I saw a live stream at somebody's channel about like, are single mothers and bachelors winning? But how can you equate a guy to being a bachelor, let alone to calling him equal to a single mother or 304? Because they mentioned that, I guess, as part of 304. So allegedly a bachelor he has a similar lifestyle to a 304, which I don't necessarily agree with, because I believe in this day and age, just as it's written in scripture at the beginning, it wasn't even about the man being a bachelor. He was just doing his thing, you know, whether you call it his purpose or not, but he was just doing his thing. And the creator just said, it's not good that a man should be alone. I'll make it help me for him. But at the core, he was just doing his own thing. You know what I'm saying? He just being a man. You know, it ain't really about if he's a bachelor or not. He's just being a man. And if you are there to accommodate him or be amongst him, accompany him, that's probably a better word, accompany, then you're going to be good company to him. That's that. I mean, that's really it. I mean, good company or bad company, got to be good company. What Cortez says, he said, the dating game is the Hunger Games, a bunch of men shooting each other in the back for a small group of women. Oh yeah,
facts, man. That's major facts, Cortez. Like food. You right about that. The dating game is the Hunger Games, and I said this before, something similar to it. I said they starve a lot of men out of companionship. I said it's gonna be like men are gonna be in the garden, which it's just be like Adam without an Eve, man. Even though there's women out here though, but they're not women. They're like something else.
Facts.
Because women don't starve men out of companionship. They want to build with real men. They push you to be the best that you can. Those are real women, but you don't see that today. Especially, I gotta be honest, in the black community, man. Like it is what it is, though, man. Like if we don't acknowledge the problem, though, man, how can we go forward?
Right.
It just won't. It just won't work. It just won't work, man. But they won't. They don't get it, and it's not bashing, man. It's called correction. We keep saying it over and over and over and over again, man, until they get it. You either die with the old or grow with the new.
Yep. Yeah, a lot of them, they ain't real women. They just typical females, like I always say at my channel. A lot of them are. And hey, yeah, a lot of Lilith. Like what? Like it ain't even just like the Hunger Games. It's the thirsty games, man. Hungry and thirsty. Man. Yeah.
If I had, man, if I was a film director, man, like, bro, I have some titles in my head like crazy, man. Like, man, everybody know about the wall, hit the wall and stuff, man. But seeing it from a woman could see it from their own perspective, like, you know, starting off at a young age, and if they decide to take this particular bad path, this is gonna be their future possible. You know, so if men take this path right here, it's gonna be their future possible. So it's like, man, I think moves are important too in a good way, man. They really are in a good way because it just gives you like a blueprint to still like, okay, if I take this path, this is where I'm gonna end up at. This could be me or that. But some people keep taking the same wrong path on purpose because they choose to take it on purpose. And some people don't want to get it right, don't want to do it better. They don't.
Right. And you know, some people deny this whole red pill thing. I never did. Just because some people don't live up to it, that doesn't mean that the reality doesn't match the philosophy. It does. But you have some people who still know the philosophy, but they don't make certain things their reality. And by the way, Hey, what's good? Perfect Timing Podcast. Good to see you back up in the building. But yeah, you see that, man. A lot of people, like you said, are like dogs chasing their tail. Dogs that eat their own vomit and poop.
Mhm.
Like
Yep.
that's
Yep.
what
That's
we
it.
see right now.
That's it, man. That's exactly what you see. Yep. People love being their own vomit, or shall I say, the generational curses. Right now, which this what a lot of them love to be in, and they don't want to go to the blessings. Well, they hold their own selves back by standing their own vomit, as you said, and they don't want no blessings though. They say one thing, but their actions are another, just to separate the two.
Yeah, it's literally the same shit.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is, though, man. So it's
Man.
like I said, we're not complaining. It's just about correction, man. That's what it all comes down to, about correction, and try to be the best version of yourself as much as possible, without anybody else's approval. But you know who you are. So,
Facts. And
because,
the thing is, like even when you just said be the best version of yourself for them, because I'm really kind of like with a lot of etymologies out here. For them, it ain't like really about you being the best version of yourself. They just want you to be they want that beta version. Forget a
right,
beta version. They want a
right.
beta version.
They want
Yeah.
the hybrid version of you, and not the
Yeah.
whole real thing.
Nah. They don't
They don't
want
want that.
that.
You're right about that.
And I
You're right about that.
and I realized, yeah, and then check this out though. I thought about this, fam. Like, I'm gonna just bring up a little bit of sex in this. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to do it. So
Go
a lot of
ahead.
these chicks that be wanting dudes to be on that fellatio tip all the time, you know what I realize? Why they demand that so much now?
Mm.
Because they so used to doing that to each other.
Ooh, ooh. Hey, you said a mouthful right there, man. Hey, you said a mouthful right there. Yep. And it's
I
like,
mean, how woo, go ahead, go ahead.
yeah. That's true, bro. And even I just see, like, a lot of women being with a lot of women and stuff, man. And they say it's this bad out here, but they make it bad. They say it's more women than men on this planet, right? So, but it's about the mind. It comes down to the mindset. I'm gonna have to make a try to find a word for that. When your mindset is not in the place of who you are, you're not aligned with who you are, then of course you're going to be counted out. You know what I'm saying? If I'm not in my frame as a masculine man, like the mindset, and I'm not in my frame, then I'm counted out as a man. I'm counted out as non-relationship material. But a lot of modern women are not who they are, like as far as just being in their feminine form. They
Oh
they on
yeah,
what
a
they
lot
call
of
what
them.
they call it now? What's that new thing I've been
What,
seeing now?
what
They
renegade?
on demon time.
Oh, demon
That's it.
time. Yeah.
Demon time, man. A lot of them are
Yep.
like that right now. They on demon time.
Yeah. Shoot, they even got the little girls that grew up watching Corella for the 100 Dalmatians. They
Right.
now watching the new Corella TV show on Disney. That
Oh
really that
man.
Corella. There's something
Mm-hmm.
about that. I'm gonna have to do a drop about that one day. But
Yeah,
yeah,
man. The
all the
Disney
little
movies.
girls grew up. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. And then Cortez said women want head because they want to be men in a relationship. Exactly. That's why they
That's
want
facts,
that
bro.
want head.
That's
Yeah.
major facts, man. That's major
Yeah.
facts. They want us to be the neck instead of the head, bro.
Oh yeah.
And
But
that's
like
why they
even when he
compete
said
with
they
us.
want when they want dudes to give them head
Yep.
because of like the man, the way a man wants her to do oral, they expect a man to do that first now. Like to
Mm-hmm.
get on your knees. Like if guys would only know you ain't even as a man supposed to be getting on your knee to propose. But guys don't know that.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's deep right there, bro. It's like, man, that's why I said from them other previous generation, they pass it on to us, man. This is how you supposed to do. This is how you supposed to propose to a woman, all this stuff, man. I'm like, man, like we got to go back on the history on that, man. Especially like from
Yeah.
Let's go look back on it
Yeah.
because I said, I just questioned some things though, and I'm like, okay, now I gotta look into it.
Yeah. She's supposed to be
Huh?
on her knees for you in all
That's
different
right.
ways, not just saying.
That's facts. That's facts.
Mm-hmm.
They supposed to be actually pleasing us, man. They're supposed to be
Servitude.
pleasing us. Conservative, yeah. And being submissive is not slaving though. I hate when they say that stuff. No,
Nah.
no, no, no.
You being there to support him, like he needs your participation in the operation. Like they don't get that. Like I can go find somebody else, but I had you in mind. But you seen it as slavery. Okay, well, someone that's more willing, we good. She gonna come in the building. Like what Cortez said. He said, remember in the 90s when black women thought giving head was bowing down? They see a man giving head as him bowing and giving power. Yeah, exactly. So it's like they knew all along what giving head meant. But now it's to the forefront because of the Me Too movement and stuff that they're going to use that to their advantage to make sure that a man gives her head, if you will. Like back in the days, we didn't want to do that because we knew that meant respect and power. Now we want you men to do that to respect our power, respect that we're making more money than you. All of that stuff, even though Kim Kardashian can't quite do that to Kanye. Dr. Dre's wife couldn't quite do that to her, and Jeff Bezos' ex-wife couldn't do that to him. But yeah, that's another story, right?
Yep. I want to hear none of y'all women talk about that high value stuff though, man. When y'all see the results right now, a lot of this stuff, the women marrying these high value, so-called high value dudes, and they still not happy. So what does that tell you right there? Y'all better wake up, man. Y'all better wake up. Because if that was the case, then man, why are they not happy at this period of time?
Why they not
happy? And who just got the divorce? Well, actually he filed for divorce though, but what's Megan Good and their pastor dude?
Yeah, the dude Franklin. Yeah, I forgot his first name. Yeah.
Yeah, man. So I'm like, man, I don't want to hear that high value, get the bad stuff. Like, oh, it works. No. You're only using it. And a lot of women use the system, man, to bully men.
Yeah. And I think with Megan Good, she's a unique case. And here's what I mean, because you ain't really heard no money in that divorce situation. You ain't really hear her like, I'm getting him for his money. Nah, she just said, I could never see myself being a submissive woman. I got out of this because I don't feel this is me. She missed being out in them streets.
The streets, man. Yeah. And you know what? And it's sad you hear a lot of the older women and the people who've been married for years talking about they feel like they missed something, man. Like man, that's why I say social media is a gift and a curse. But they say they missing like something out there they think was for them, which it is not. So now they're saying like, oh, so and so and so, this sister out there, you know what I'm saying, out in the streets, you know what I'm saying, she doing this, she getting that. And I'm saying to myself, like, there's nothing out there for you. I mean, you got a good man, you got a husband, whatever though, he's doing what he can to as a man doing his role. I mean, honor that, because in the days to come, you're not gonna have a lot of men like that. And you're gonna make it hard for your daughters and stuff. We tired of being all this stuff being passed down to your daughters and stuff, and you wonder why a lot of them won't be marriage material. It's not that we don't hate marriage, we just don't like how the system is set up, man. For us, it's like a one-shot kill, man.
Right, and they don't get, man, like the generational curses men have gotten to deal with the feminine, the generational curse of the feminine. Passed down. We're dealing with generations of curses of the feminine. Why some men haven't been able to have kids? Because most of their generation is cursed. He has to deal with the same attitude from the previous generation, all bestowed or brought onto him. And then, like, to mention what we've been saying about the streets, like, they don't get that, like, what happens when the streets becomes the wilderness?
Man. Ooh. Savage, man. Savage. Man.
No more alleys. All
No
jungle.
more. All jungle, man. And it's
You
like they're
can't
gonna
be
be doing
straight cat.
yeah, they're gonna be doing like the total opposite, man. Running, doing the total opposite though, man. Trying to get with the men.
Total opposite.
I cooperate all this stuff, man. Like, man, I was somebody make a movie about something similar to that, man. Like, man, like, and features to come, like, just to see that and be like, hey, this is gonna be our future if y'all don't get in order, if y'all don't do this, you know, not in a wrong way, but it's just a warning sign. Like a lot of movies are warnings, man. Movies are like warnings, like the propaganda, man, they put out there in Hollywood. But a lot of them won't understand it. They don't understand it though, man. I mean, it's just not. I never just only looked at it as just entertainment, but I really peeked into it. I said, man, it's something about this movie that just like tells about the future. And now we're seeing everything is being unfolded right before our eyes.
Yep. It's gonna be some guys that, especially those in monk mode, he might feel like you're too close to where I live. I'm going to shoot you. You need to stay off my property. I'm not sexual like that no more. You are invasive. I'm going to shoot you if you're by my property. Or they're gonna get around a guy that's like R. Kelly times 10. He'll keep her around, but she better be on his perversion or whatever. And I'm just saying, like, you gotta do whatever he say you need to do in that wilderness. Period. He gonna want you to lick up the mud after he, whatever he did to you. Like, he gonna want you to do that. So all these only fans that they dealing with now are gonna be savage fans later. You feel me? Like, they don't get that. Like, so that particular Black Knight type of guy that they're turning down now because they think he's too nice or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because not every quote nice guy decides to go monk. Some guys just remain gentlemen, but avoid the Jezebels. Like, they not gonna know what to do, because it's like, okay, I don't mind you in my company, but you cannot be a burden. You know, like, and they don't get like them that whole street mentality. Like, that stuff ain't gonna even matter. That it's gonna get you. It's gonna put you in a dangerous predicament in the future. Like, they not realize they need to wise up right now.
That's facts. That's facts right there, bro. All this stuff, like I said, it's coming and it's happening right now, and they do need to tighten up. That's a good comment right there. What Cortez said on the last one, though, man. Sarah and the Carries and Megan were all Christian women who rebelled. It's all a big trick. They are attacking the biblical ways that women should behave. Yeah, man.
Yeah,
that's very
Jezebel
true.
right there.
Yep, they want them to go against their own nature, man.
Yep. And I'm glad you brought it up that way, because a lot of guys would say that is their nature. So I'm glad you see that. I'm glad that you actually see that. I've been trying to hammer that in guys' head a lot, and they don't get it.
They don't get it. That right there, though. Because see what they're doing, they playing Satan's game, man. You know what I'm saying? And it never ends well. And look what it's cost them, like right now. Bro, a lot of them are not even happy. What's that chick named? Super Scent? I forgot her name though, but she has like a $1 million like makeup or whatever, I don't know. But she said she had like a big house though, but no man. She said she was just very unhappy. She said she missed like when she was like in her own apartment and stuff like that, man. But I'm telling you, man, because the this feminism stuff, man, lied to a lot of them, bro. They know how to deceive the woman, though. It's just like in the beginning of time, though, man. Like when the serpent had deceived the woman, it's the same thing today, just in a different way.
Just in a different way. They eating that forbidden fruit. They think that's healthy to eat that forbidden fruit. It's forbidden.
Exactly.
But they think it's healthy.
Exactly. They're doing the same thing Eve was doing in the beginning, man.
Yeah. Just falling for it. You know, he made me do it. No, he didn't make you. You chose to. You didn't have to. Could have said no. what Cortez said up here. He said that goes back to my beliefs that Hollywood couples are not real and only used as propaganda to make women act differently. Oh yeah, I
Uh-huh.
mean, because like you said, even at the bottom when you said like even her husband, yeah, of course, like they're all actors. Like even he, like, because a man in his righteousness, why would he want to get around a chick like Megan Good in the first place from the
Mm-hmm.
jump? You ain't trying to be a what white knight to a Megan Good. You're not trying to do that
Mm-hmm.
because that's kind of the narrative behind Megan Good's ex-husband and her. He what try to save her, and she didn't want to be saved.
Yep. Like Project Pack said, yep. Yep. A lot of them what's that story? I can't think of it, but yeah, a lot of them want to be like the 10 versions, like five of them with the oil and the other five with no oil in their lamp. That's what a lot of modern
Mm,
women are. They don't want no oil in
mm,
their lamp, man.
nah, that's why I talk about what I talk about with the real woman around a black knight type of individual or a real gentleman. I call her a twilight because not many of them want the light in the first place. So the few that
Right,
want the light is a twilight because it's a small percentage of light in the
right.
sky. Like
Mm-hmm.
only a few of them will accept real light, the oil in the lamp, as you said. Only a few.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's facts. That's facts though,
And,
man. And it's so
and
sad, man.
yeah,
There's content like this, man, that we actually breaking it down, man. Like real talk to where, like, hey, you like this is the actual factual truth of it, and you don't have to really search anywhere else, man. You know, like from all these other fake alpha dudes who's
oh
going around
yeah,
YouTube and stuff, man. Cause like you said, man, like you break stuff down in a different way, like there's really like not what you normally hear, but to where like it makes sense to like people can understand it though, man. I can understand it, you know, and a few others.
yeah, man. It's crazy, man. And it's like, we'll just continue to apply that pressure. That's all we could do. Like, what else
That's all we
Cortez
can do.
said? Yeah, he
Yep.
said, notice how the media purports these couples as Christian, quote unquote, and then the women rebel. That's a mind trick. Yeah, I mean, if
That's
it's
facts.
really truly Christian, it should
Right.
be like the standard. Should be.
Yeah, they man, it's like you said, Cortez, it's Hollywood, you know, propaganda. That's what they do, man. They playing the Jedi mind trick, you know. And now a lot of women are falling for it, man, falling for the trick. Like the media is witchcraft, man, and sorcery, you know, because it's just deceiving a lot of people, men and women out here. Well, a lot of the women, of course, but it's like the women are still children, and they really are deceiving them.
Yeah. I mean, you think about it, like in those times of Eli, you think that he was gonna have her around if she wasn't trying to listen to him? She was trying to listen to the tales from a burnt city.
Hmm.
And on top of that, you think that he would have her around him if she knew that if he knew that she was just gonna walk away and give that information to other people to use against him?
Mm-hmm.
Like this is deep. So really, like with the modern day feminine, what I'm trying to say is the ideal woman, like what men really desire, is one that is going to listen to him. Plus, she is not trying to leave and be a traitor and use this
Mm-hmm.
information against him.
Mm-hmm. Facts, man. That's facts right there. Just man, this stuff is so deep, bro. Like I just wish I wish most would wake up, but a lot of them don't want to wake up and see that they are falling to a hole that they can't get out of. And it's just sad and pitiful, you know, in this modern day generation. Even animals, even animals, like they know their own nature, like they know what they do, like they know who they are.
Man, you know what? The fact that she's expecting you to be a provider is the proof that she's a burden already.
Man, man, that part right there, that part right there. And it's like, at the same time, you want a provider, but you sitting up there saying that we need to be doing more, doing better. Like, I'm only going off what I know, the best of my ability. I'm still a man. The money doesn't make me. You know, I didn't create this wicked system. None of us anyway did. I'm just in it. We're just in it right now, and we're just trying to find a way to fight it.
Yeah. It really pissed me off too. Like with I looked at some of the backstories before Aisha Curry started to switch up. Like, man, she looked really wholesome. Got the books coming out, the different cooking utensils she was selling. Like, it was like, wow, this was it. And then it just like all changed. Like, what do you think that does to a man's like reputation if it's a scorched earth situation? Like, a man is not going to trust a female like that.
Right.
Like, you're not going to trust her.
It's already bad enough that a lot of men don't really trust a lot of modern women because what they see on social media, television, in our own personal lives, because it's like, man, they the same thing. It's like what more are they good for nowadays? I mean, they're not really helpful. They're not really helpful. I mean, they're not really trying to help benefit our lives as men. Like, cause we care about our legacy, man. Like, we care about legacy out here. But I'm tired of saying there's no real men out here. Like, there are real men out here. You just full of pride. You're haughty. You know, you don't want to come down to earth. You think you better than men. Like, yo, I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm calling the Christian women out too. I'm tired of a lot of y'all too, man. Cause y'all acting just like the world of women out here, man. Y'all doing the exact same damn thing out here, though, man. You want to talk all sweet and feminine stuff, but behind the scenes, you eating up like the rest of these damn women out here, man. Mainstream females.
Oh yeah, you said she was predictable, huh? I feel you, Cortez.
Yeah.
Like, and then look, CoolGent. Like, yo, they supposed to be helpful, but really all they are is hopeful.
Right.
And beyond the hopeful, because they're hopeful, they're not even hopeful. There's no hope, none. Like,
let me. And you gotta look at this too. Like, who are their idols today? That's a big question. Who are their idols today? A lot of them got the mainstream idols today, man. They're not looking up to the Crimson Cures. They're not looking up to the Shahars Ali's, Coretta Scott Kings. They're not looking up to none of those women. Those women understand femininity, though, man. They know their role. Like the simple things, man. Like they're pleasing, man. Hey, Cortez is. They're hopeful.
Yeah, exactly. They're hopeful. There you go. That's it, man. They ain't helpful. They hopeful. Man.
They're hopeful, man. But you know what's crazy? Like, man, like I said, I don't call women out their name, but when we do, like, they get upset at us when we call them out the name, call them a B or whatever, though. But when they call each other,
Harley.
Yeah, or Harley. But when they call each other that all day. Like, make that make sense.
Yeah. That debauchery, you know, it's kind of like when it says birds of a feather flock together. Like, you don't want someone on the outside looking in, seeing you for what you really are.
Exactly,
see that?
Man.
That's all that is.
Hey, I came up with another topic, man. I know we got to talk about too. We'll go along with this. It'll be a title. Women would rather follow the illogical man over the logical thinking man.
Yeah, man. I mean, they never grew up with order. So, you know, like kind of like piggybacking off some of our previous live stream that we did when we was at the other channel over at Cookie's channel. Like, what do we see with like even a community? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, who's really, they said, well, the real men left the hood. No, they got kicked out the hood. Get out of here. They got kicked out the hood. They had no choice but to leave. Had no choice.
Yep. That's it though, man. Even the people that don't lie, who is the kids and drunk people, man. And
special needs people don't lie either. Like the autistic people, they be telling the truth, man.
Oh yeah. Yeah, real talk, man. That's the truth. Real talk, man. Yes, you right about that. But man, it's just I don't know, man. Just I just do the best what I can. So I have families asking why you even had no kids yet, but I'm like, well, I mean, there's a huge reason why. I mean, the times we're living in, you know, a lot of women saying every last one on, but before you get to them, they're already damaged before you try to like get to them, man. Like they already damaged. So it's like, what good is a lot of them on clearance rack sales? Who buys from the clearance rack?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, in the black pill side of this, and I hate to really say the word black pill, but here's my thing: a submissive blind woman is better than any rebellious woman that can see. But then
Mm.
one would say, what if
Mm.
that blind woman could finally see? Would she become rebellious?
Man. Wow. Kind of make me think of something like that movie called They Live, man. Everybody's blind to a situation though, to put the shades on.
And see, the irony of a lot of their chaos is that it's still more or less controlled chaos. They're not as free spirited as they think they can be. Like a lot of them just know, well, it's because of the government, big daddy government, that I can get away with this because of this
Yep.
law and that law, I can do that. So it's not really that they're as free as they think they are. They have certain leverages, So the true test of femininity is in the wilderness.
Mm-hmm.
Period. This society, this ain't the wilderness. What it talks about, like Kanye said, no church in the wild.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of society wouldn't last because the church is part of that society. All of that Sodom and Gomorrah, these churches, none of that will exist in the wild. The wild will eat all those buildings up. Eventually, vegetation takes over.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, that's real talk. That's real talk. I'm just a lot of the self entitlement generation, man. But I just don't give all my woman to give all my strength to a woman, because like I said, it does ruin a lot of men out here, and that's what we're seeing right now out here in this world.
Yeah.
Especially with a lot of black men, they want a lot of us to be broken, bro. That's why they hate when you see like a lot of men like coming together for the right reasons though, to build each other up. Which that's what we're supposed to do. Iron sharpens iron. We'll get our power back, because that's all they're trying to do is take our power. So they use the women to take our power.
Yep. Yep.
That's why you have to follow a man right now. One other reason why I follow a man.
Yep. Yep. And the only women that'll be around is the submissive ones, because the only thing is, if you end up just only wanting to be around guys, then you end up like the monks. But see, that becomes to the point of where now your sexuality is warped, because it no longer involves the feminine. So there's definitely that balance, but the key is submission. That's the key. Like some people think it's a played out topic. I just say they don't really know what it means. Because when you know what it means, it's never a played out topic. You actually know how to break it down, which I've been able to do, because I believe that there's actually 4 stages of submission. It's not just submission itself. There's 4 stages of it. And basically, in this time, and I don't know if you've heard of my 4 stages of submission, but let's say in the times of the book of Eli, like with the first stage of submission is her admission. And then the second stage is her surrender. And the third stage is her cooperation. And then the final stage is her subjection. Like she gonna have to be all that to be around you in certain times, or else she's a burden. Because she's not trying to admit to anything. She's not trying to surrender. She's definitely not trying to cooperate. And she ain't trying to have herself subjected to you. What man wants a chick like that around him in certain times?
Nope, we don't. No man, no any logical thinking man I know of, truth be told. Because man, it's like you gotta sleep with one eye open and sleep with the other one closed.
Shit, yeah, man. Ooh, I would hate that, bro. I would hate that.
I'm
Not in my
telling you,
house.
bro. I'm telling you,
Shoot.
bro. I'm trying to be like invisible out here or something, man. Like, get to that point.
Oh yeah, maybe you could relate to this. So have you had it to where you did open up the door for a chick and she just kind of looked down on you like you inferior, never said thank you? Or if you try to help out, she'd be like, I got it. I don't need your help.
Oh man, bro, I can't tell you how many countless times that happened to you. I remember seeing a guy that had like a open the door for a lady, man. She didn't say thank you or nothing. She didn't acknowledge him, and he got her arm, pulled it right back out, and closed the door on her. He was like, "Nah, I wasn't finna have that.
That's
I
it.
wasn't finna have that."
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
And see, here's the thing, man. They talk about chivalry is dead, man, right? But
Mm-hmm.
we see different. Like
Right.
Cortez said, don't fall for the trick. What they mean by chivalry, they really mean slavery, but they're just not going to tell you that.
Mm-hmm. Subliminal message. Yep. Yep. Now that video on what's the name's channel? She's supposed to be doing a stream. We can go over there and talk with her about that with the preference thing with the men and stuff, man. Because I gotta break this shit down, man. What she was talking about, because they not finna like lose us like on who we are, and we gotta break that down, man, because we say we're in the truth and we know what's up, but it's like it comes to if they want to listen to us and gain their understanding. So
That's it. That's the only reason why you address things. Sometimes you only address things to clear your name, or
mm-hmm.
if they just want to learn from you and you give them a certain correction. That's the
Facts.
only time you address
That
things.
correction, yeah, that correction though. So if you don't like that correction, I mean, you pretty much are just stupid though. I mean, it's which a lot don't like corrections, so they're just stupid. I mean, the Proverbs 12:1.
Oh yeah. Hey, keep this in mind. Like, you think that Eli would be trying to correct a particular feminine gender twice in the wilderness? You think he gonna try to tell the same thing twice? He has to repeat himself.
Man, he gonna walk out like it ain't nothing, man. If she's in order first time, or if she's not, then she on her own. All about protecting my peace over here.
That's it. I mean, we gotta. I say this, like, to me, that's real angel time. That's how you combat demon time in these times. That's how you
Uh
do
huh.
it.
Uh huh. Yeah, man. Yeah,
No, zero tolerance. Zero tolerance for demon time.
that's right. That's facts. Zero tolerance, man. So yeah, that's what we got to do. Just stay sharp, keep our minds, stay focused, and I believe everything's gonna work out with us. Though, man, I know the right women will be coming and stuff. Well, some of them are. I mean, some of them be behind the clouds, like they don't show it, but they are around. So when they get tired of some of them other sectors, man, they're gonna be coming over here towards our channels, which I've been seeing a little bit lately now. Where we do a show, so they be around. The true
Oh
haters, I
yeah,
guess you would say, the true haters.
yeah. Unfortunately, a lot of chicks that don't, or they want their program rewired, if you will. A lot of them just they struggle with self-esteem. And, some guys don't want to admit this, but yeah, some of these chicks need to be boot camp, man. But see,
Oh
the
yeah.
thing is that the self-esteem, they're struggling with that right now because it's kind of similar to a guy that knows what he's gonna have to go through to truly be enlisted, to truly be
Mm-hmm.
considered a warrior, not just a soldier. Like, and she
Mm-hmm.
knows if she's gonna have to ride for you, she gonna really have to like step it up. So a lot of times, a lot of chicks, they know the good that's in you if you're a certain man, but they have that self-esteem issue. So oftentimes they'll just not say anything to you. They be a little nervous, or if y'all get to talking, she might just be like, you know what, you deserve someone better than me. And I'm like, that's supposed to have been you. You just didn't want to step up to it.
Man, or they try to use that as a scapegoat, man. A lot of them always do that though, man. Yeah, there's somebody there for you, but apparently you could have been the one, but you just don't want to acknowledge that to you don't like the leadership of a man, so you're part of that collective too, like the other chicks that's out here in the world.
Yeah, that's why I don't believe in. I believe that they tell the alpha fucks beta bucks story backwards, man. Like
Yeah.
the it's the beta fucks alpha bucks. I mean, it's the beta. Yeah, it's the beta fucks alpha bucks. Like
Facts.
the the
Facts.
the real alphas, not these fake alphas.
Right. Right. Right.
Tell them that it's the real cleanup men or the real alpha guys, the one that's got to clean up the chick and get her right on some order because she never had order. You know what I'm
The fake
saying?
because the fake the dudes who go around calling themselves alphas and stuff, the fake ones, the fake tough ones, are really all the so-called betas, I guess you could say, because they're the ones who are doing things to please the wicked woman, though, man. See, they're the ones who pleasing the wicked woman. Like, what is how she wants it, though? Okay, so you basically giving all your strength to a wicked woman, though, man. When it comes down to it,
Bam,
all said and done,
bam.
you know what I'm saying?
That's it.
So who's giving whose power away? You giving your power to her. You know what I'm saying? While some of us who's like in control of ourselves, that's not it's not that we can't get women though, but we just got, I want to say use our third eye. We just got our instincts, put it like that. Our discernment.
Man, for any guy that just recently got hung up on, man, from a chick because you was giving her some order and she want to say you controlling, look, you just saved yourself a lot of hell, man. I'm going to put it out there. Yep. You saved yourself a lot of hell. Don't get mad and get in your feelings. You saved yourself a lot of hell.
Right, because when she say stuff like, you know, why you being controlling, that means you got control over your own thoughts, your own personality, and you stand your ground as a man. So a lot of women don't like that, though, man. A lot of them don't like that. So they don't want us to be able to lead. A lot of them don't want us to lead, man. Like, truth be told. So we go elsewhere. We go elsewhere and you know, and get women that do, that we give some respect from.
See, I think we probably wrap it up here within the next 10 minutes, but with all you just said, maybe part of your closing thoughts, kind of give me, you don't have to give too much information out if you don't want to, but I know you know about, like, with the church background and stuff, like maybe partially you could talk about how you did see that change, like maybe how you saw some of the church become Babylonian. Maybe at that time you realized you couldn't find a wife there or something to that effect.
Yeah. I say this. I mean, I kind of didn't go for my own reasons though, but at the time, I mean, it's not that I don't want to go, but apparently, you know, of course, you do have some pastors that really do get away with certain things. I guess you could say, not all of them, but they don't call women out on certain things and stuff. You know, talking about what's wrong with the generation stuff, but why don't you call out not only men though, but the women too, like that you see if it was people like us that we talk about stuff we talk about now, man, they wouldn't last. They wouldn't even last, man. They wouldn't even last. Like that real correction, that real true correction, they wouldn't be ready for it. They would not be ready for it, right? Because what they're gonna do, they're just gonna walk out.
And I never saw that in the church coming up. Chicks that really got corrected. But
it's certain scriptures and stuff they never talk about. It's certain stuff they never talk about, man. The what was the wicked woman, man? Like the true Jezebels and stuff. Like, man, they wouldn't even talk about that, bro. They all talking about they want to find what is that, Boaz and stuff like that, man. But they never talk about showing them a self-reflection of who they are, man, and how they're supposed to be. You're supposed to be a Proverbs 31 woman, but you're not doing that. So that's why you're not able to find your husband's not gonna find you, because you acting too much like the worldly women. You know what I'm saying? So why should a man that's walking right, be something of the world that he's not supposed to be? You know what I'm saying? Like, this lead me down a path of destruction. And it's not going to do my life any justice if I go down that path at all.
Yep. Exactly. And like what Cortez said, the church was full of Jezebels. Like, man, my thing is, like, you know, growing up, I used to hear them speak out against fornication, masturbation, and pornography, all that stuff, right? Like, my thing is this. Let's just even speak on the fornication, and they ain't even know. I just and shout out. I'll even say this. Shout out to Pastor Dow, because
Mm-hmm.
like he broke down the difference between fornication and adultery, and it makes sense. Okay, so but like you hear about them telling you, don't fornicate, blah blah blah. However, with the institution of modern day marriage, it opens the door for fornication and adultery, ironically.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's it, man. And you know what? They never tell. Know what else they never do? They never tell the women to cover up, though. That's another reason why you got so much all this
Ooh,
sexual immorality going on out here. Because
man,
the women are part of the problem. They the reason for simps they created. They are the
I
reason
committed
for over
so many
sexualized
sins.
men.
I committed so many sins with my eyelids in the church, man. And
Man,
I'm kind of like the dude that used to like older women. So when you see them with they cleavage out, with
yeah.
that church fan,
And they know
and
what
you
they
see the
doing,
bib,
bro. They know what they
man,
doing.
I like
Listen, the tight clothes.
hallelujah.
They know what they doing,
Woo,
man. Like they know
man.
exactly what they doing, bro.
Can I talk to you about what's been going on in your spirit, my sister? Can we talk a little bit? Like, yo,
Yeah, yeah, man. Like it is a cold mess, man. It is a cold mess, like out there.
mm,
That's why it's more women, it's more single women in the churches, man. Than they don't see a lot of men. Because what's the name want to talk about that though? They want Cookie though. And it was another chick
yeah,
though, man. They want to talk about that. I said, man, why aren't there many men in churches and stuff like that? Because we see what's going on. We see what's going on, man.
the real men knew what was going on, but yet they bring the Pookie and Ray Ray to the church. See, the church
Exactly.
ain't consisted of real men. The real men
Nope.
avoid the church.
Yeah. Yep.
Mm,
That's real talk, man.
man, see, I always saw the pastor nowadays as he's the mixture of a dirty Mac and a dirty pimp.
Oh
You
yeah,
know what I'm
what's the name
saying?
broke that
He
down
both.
about the pimp. Yeah, some of them like some of them pimps and stuff, man. Oh man, this is crazy, bro. This is really crazy, man. Just
Yeah,
if only they could see. If only they could see. So a lot of the
man.
women, and check this out, the women are not supposed to be going to the pastors for like any advice though, as far as scripture wise.
Nah.
They're supposed to come to their husbands.
Yep.
They're supposed to go to their husbands, asking about certain things, asking about things. You know.
Yep. The wisest man in her life should be the man that's in her life. No cap.
Mm-hmm. 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 That's real talk, man. Man, that's some real stuff, bro. And a lot of the pastors, man, they don't talk about how the women, all this how they still supposed to be like under the man. I don't care how much money you got or what this wicked government talking about. You still are under the man. We know that Christ is the
Yep.
head of everything.
Yep.
So
Yep.
we have a role too as men. And the women, they got to
Yep.
know their role too.
Yep. The men sit right underneath the creator, as you be a
Mm-hmm.
godly man. So as it is written when he says, thou shalt have no other gods before me.
Uh-huh.
Whereas, amongst the woman, she needs to know that thou shalt have no other man before you.
Right. And see, the woman's supposed to make our life. How can I say? It's supposed to like balance it out because how the world is and stuff right now. We're supposed to come home. They like our home. Lay between the bosom. Um, when things around us are really difficult, they're supposed to be that soft place we look forward to, man. So they wonder why a lot of us aren't being pushed to the great men that we're supposed to become,
Yeah.
man. That's why
Yeah,
you got
man.
a generation of men that are destroyed right now. I mean,
I
masculinity
got
is dying out, man. Seriously, it's dying out, man. I see it all
I
around
got
me.
I got some Patreon. I got a Patreon level quote right now. I'm gonna just say it, but I'm gonna be low key about it, man. But this is Patreon level what I'm about to say. Like, we don't have enough women with enough bosoms in the first place.
Ooh, man, that right there by itself, man. Yeah, yeah, man.
Why is it
Really do.
that they all got butts but hardly
Mm-hmm.
bosoms?
Barley Wilson, man, you better say that again, bro. That right there,
Mm,
man. That needs to be a post on your community tab alone, bro.
Yeah.
I will gladly share that. Put your initials on everything.
Go for it.
Real
Go
talk,
for it.
man. Because that right there, bro, what you just said is so true. It's very accurate. It's very accurate, man. And you know, I remember we talked about this too. What was it? I think it was a Cookies channel about how you know, about the plastic surgery or whatever. Though, like men want the women plastic surgery. I'm like, no, we don't. Like, only them certain type of celebrities though, but not regular men. Men like us, you know. How can I appreciate you with your makeup on if I don't appreciate your natural first? And that's why I come across like any type of woman I tell them I want to see your natural. And they all call themselves 10s and stuff like that. Like, nah, man, you're a 10 when you put your natural, we have your natural. Like, I want to feel that it's something about women that's just natural, man. Just I get that organic, authentic, like attraction, man.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, get them trolls, Mike. I appreciate that. Yes, indeed. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like I think that's been passed down. I think partially, I believe it still goes back to women. They say it goes back to men. I think it goes back to women, and here's why. Because if there's not enough men in the family to direct men to not be a certain way with his eyelids and things like that, that will make sure the gene pool is correct as time goes on. Like when we think of the fact that women should be breaded as our helpmeets a certain way, and they should be looking a certain way. But now this is deep. I'm not going to get too deep. But what I am going to say is that since you have a lot of guys that haven't been brought up around other men to know what a woman should be like it took me actually being around other older guys to know, yeah, you need a chick that's shapely, bro. You need that. You don't want just some that's not a certain way. This is no disrespect to ladies who are already born a certain way. I'm not saying that, but I believe things have been passed down to where guys just didn't have that masculine guidance. They didn't have the masculine guidance to know, don't just lay up with any chick just because you know you want to get your rocks off. Like she has to be having curves a certain way. She has to be
Right.
of a
Curves.
feminine curves and have that femininity about her at the same time. Like,
but you know something?
Yeah.
You know something though, man? All right. So, of course, us men, we're visionaries, right? You know what I'm saying? We love a woman's outer appearance. So, the biggest thing that we all have with women is that they don't work on their inner beauty, their inner selves. I mean, their attitude, how they carry themselves, because what shows on the inside is going to show on the outside. That's where a big mess up, like where they fail at, man. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh.
What comes out their mouth, how they talk, and it's just distasteful. You know,
You said a mouthful because I knew a chick that was like they used to call a bird, right? And we already know what bird means. She just skinny like a bird, right?
mm-hmm.
But her femininity was so great on the inside that as she got older, her curves started to pop up out of nowhere, and she was able to be married and have kids and all that. Man, I knew a chick like this growing up. Like that's just because the way she was on the inside. They no longer saw her as bird. They saw her as like angel, like godly. That's because of the way she was already on the inside.
Like I don't like using this word, the ugly chick. Usually come out to be the most beautiful chick when they get older, man. I've seen it with my own two eyes, though.
Oh yeah, from Ugly Duckling to Beautiful Swan, man.
Ugly Douglas, yeah. Facts, man, facts.
And I believe this, ladies. Sometimes you get around a frog, all you got to do is kiss him, and he'll become a prince. But they don't want to talk about that though.
No.
Because that requires, they're not ready for that. Because you know they support Pookie and them all the time. You know, but he gonna always remain a frog. Hey, he was never a frog, he was a toad.
Ooh, man, bro. That's another that right there, man. That right there needs to be another call too. They love kissing toads instead of frogs, bro. AKA low vibrational men.
Damn. And what? The skin of the toad is poisonous. That's why I got the bumps on it. You still kissing the damn thing.
Yep. Mm-hmm. That's it. That's it, man.
Hey, what up, Top? Good to see you in the building, man.
Shout
Good
out
to
to
see
you,
you.
Top. Shout out to you. Yeah, man, they love kissing the toad instead of the frog, man. That's why a lot of them, a lot of their value don't increase over time, man, because a lot of them be worn out and stuff like that, and just it's just like they just not desirable no more, man.
Woo. Yeah, I think even on the side note, just thinking about, excuse me, just thinking about the man. I used to be good at sports, man, and it's sad that like even with the so-called black man, he's just only looked up to as like an athlete. But in these times, you got to be well-rounded, man.
Facts.
You got to become an all-around man. Use all that athleticism. Use that for your survival. I mean, what? I mean, you probably got enough strength to fight off a bear, but you haven't trained your body to do that. But you probably could if you become more of an all-around man, because it ain't gonna be enough to just catch a football.
Right.
You might find a bear. You're gonna have to do something about that bear. Like, mountain lion, you name it. Like same dudes catching footballs and running from a running from a freaking skunk. Running from a skunk.
Yep. Real talk, man. Just like the particular animals. Yeah,
we gotta get over a lot of fears, man. And I think the best way is like what Mike Tyson said. He said you're gonna be scared, but just you gotta do some things scared sometimes. But you eventually just learn how to channel that fear and make it be more turn into anger. Wolves are very good at this. There might be something that initially threw them by surprise, but then they come back ready. They come back ready, fangs out and everything. That's one thing about a wolf. You may throw it off, but then they realize, oh, you being a threat. I got something for that, and they'll come right back at you. So, in these times, I think it's definitely about man just developing that fortitude. And you never had to be a bad boy, like
Right.
But the funny thing is that one thing I do give a lot of credence to in regards to those that are incarcerated, like there ain't no guns there, and there are times you might have to fight, but and they got shanks in prison, of course. Yeah, they make homemade knives, but most of the times they want you to knuckle up. When you're out in the yard, you got to knuckle up. So my point is like, in certain times, like you pick and choose your battles. Like you avoid guys that are quick to wanting things to be fatal, or because they could never fight you one-on-one. They could never do hand-to-hand combat. Like in Korea right now, North Korea, especially North Korea and China, they're not only teaching their soldiers how to shoot guns, they are, oh gosh, they put Bruce Lee to sleep. Like they've mastered hand-to-hand combat. You look at a lot of Chinese training videos, their hand-to-hand combat is unrivaled. Like when they run out of guns, you better believe they know how to knock you out. You better believe they know how to put you to sleep with their bare hands. And the average American guy over here don't even know how to fight.
Yep. I remember Michael Jai White was talking about something about that the martial arts. I gotta find that video. I think it was Hidden Colors. I gotta find that, man, because I'm like, man, that's one of my conversations though. But yeah, man, it's like the stuff they put in the food. It's like it makes a lot of us weaker, man. And it's just they take away a lot of things, man. Knowledge is power, bro. Like knowledge truly is power, man. Like,
man, just even learning how to make your own drinkable water, man. That's going to be important. Make sure you're drinking clean water.
Yeah, that's a black man. I did a video back on like 2 years ago, I think. You talking about the water. He made this huge water generation though. I forgot how he does it. It makes water, I think, like from the air and stuff. He turns into water, man. So he sold it's like he's selling like the generation for like 50
from the air.
G's. Yeah, man. Like wow.
Damn.
Yeah, man. I said, man, he gotta be protected at all times. He's from Detroit, I think. Detroit. Because they had that little the crisis up there with the lead in their water. I think it's still going on, man. And yeah, bro.
Yeah, to be honest, I think even Nipsey Hussle, he was up to something huge. I think a lot of people don't know that. Like, even because he took on the whole Dr. CB thing. But see, if you think about it,
Yeah.
what Nipsey Hussle, he wanted to stay in the neighborhood. But with his knowledge of what Dr. CB was about, he could have grew a whole garden in that part of California. He could have restored
Ooh,
a lot of
yep.
that.
Yep. Because was all the medicine stuff is in the ground, man. I know. I think that's probably one of the reasons why they took out Lisa left out Lopez, man. Because she was over there in Honduras. She went to go study some of that stuff over there, man.
Yeah.
The water, talking about how I was hiding in pHs, the water and stuff, man. How like when she came back to the States, she smelled more chloride in the water and stuff. Yeah, man, it's some real deep stuff, man. The medicine, like she was very intelligent, man. She broke all this stuff down, man. And it was crazy how she passed away like a little while after that, man. I said, man, this is crazy.
And I kid you not, I've been around rich folk and I've been in the hood. So what? You go to even taking a shower, the water's cleaner coming out the faucet and in the hood.
Yeah, that's facts. That's facts, man. But they say you can get what was it? What's the name? Shout out to him. You can get a filter for it though, man. It's with anything, man, especially here in the States. So
I mean, it's still like the '60s, like back in the day, the Negroes drunk the dirty water out the water fountain.
Yeah,
like it's just nowadays it's dirty water coming out the faucet.
Yep.
You know what I mean, like
I just seen I seen a post of I don't know somewhere, this little mini generator thing, man. You can carry like near like a huge pot of water, and he put like what is the cord in or whatever though, man, something, and it'll suck it up and through the generator, it'll clean all the toxic, the dirt and stuff out the water. Then it comes from the other side, and it looks like fresh, clean mountain water.
Man, that's kind of where it's at, man. That's really like what I'm all about, right? And so like this stuff needs to be instilled in a lot of young boys. They don't want the young boys and other stuff. Like grow up, man. You could learn about horticulture, learn about all that farmland stuff. Even though I ain't gonna lie, Bill Gates buying a lot of farming, he making to where the robots can do all the work. But there's certain places where you got to do it by hand.
You got to. You got
to do it.
What's that? What's that thing? What's that thing I remember saying? Yeah, one of the things that was dangerous of becoming is like an inventor, man. Depending on what you make and stuff. Like I said, that guy Stan Mayer made that hydropower engine car runs off water, man. Like that was a huge threat to the government, man.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? They would have crashed the economy. Like and then the air, if that were to happen though, man, like the air would be much more cleaner. Like you could breathe out, you'll be able to breathe out of both nostrils, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But there's so much toxic in the air and stuff, man. That's why everything's so unhealthy. All them toxins and stuff, man. Go ahead.
Man. And then all of the food, fruits, vegetables, all that GMO, and now it's gonna be to the point of where meat is gonna be 3D printed. So it's like you won't even know how to cook no more, man. I believe it's gonna get to that point. They already got ready-made meals. Yeah. All you gotta do is heat it up. You ain't gotta even cook no more if you don't want to.
Yep. Real talk, man. That's why it's like they're trying to program us to lose our basic skills, man. Without the stuff that sewing on the button, all the type of stuff, the basic things that you would need. Because say like if there be a time like say internet still cut off, it wouldn't be crazy if everybody like the younger generation coming up, all they know how to do is type, but they don't know how to write. Like I remember, was it Donald Trump or whatever at the time? They tried to take like writing in cursive out of schools, bro. Like how you gonna sign checks?
See, that's such an art to all this, man. Like even now, even just getting a woman pregnant. See, this is another Patreon quote of mine. Because there's a certain way you gotta doing it to a chick to make sure she can get pregnant. But what you can replace that with artificial insemination, and then pretty soon, if these chicks have their way, they won't even need a man to get them pregnant no more. They'll try to find a way to replicate themselves and mix with each other's DNA instead of a masculine DNA, even though that's actually part of what it takes to reproduce. But they want to be like female reptiles because the female reptile can reproduce herself.
Ooh, man, that's deep. Yep. All the stuff we seen back in anime, Dragon Ball Z, all that stuff, man, back in time predicted a lot of stuff. What's going on now and what you're seeing, like with the video games, all the stuff is changing.
Man, yeah, it's just actually finding a real man in tomorrow's time is gonna be rare. You know,
Yep.
people gonna be androgynous, or you know, even got like even some of these feminists now, especially from like the so-called black community, they don't even want black boys to be born.
Nope, they sure
So,
don't, man. And you know what? A lot of y'all women who's watching this, catching this on the replay, and y'all are content creators, y'all need to start calling this stuff out, man. Like real talk. Because you say you want feminine protection, though. Well, you got to call out. You got to do your part too. Call out some of these feminists too, man. Sisters, women, wherever y'all are.
oh yeah, and then yeah, of course, all these male feminists, you know, these shiesty type of dudes that
Yeah.
I kind of call them more gray knight because they know of the ways of like a black knight type, but they still want to act like a white knight. They what I would call a gray
Right.
knight. You got to watch
Very
those
nice.
male feminists. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? These
They
real
so-called.
rats, these real snitches. You know what I mean?
Yep, that's true,
I
man.
watch out for a guy like that who you think he rocking like you, but he got a motive, and y'all
Yep.
out in the wilderness.
Just real talk, just like what was it? Someone broke this down real well. Star Wars though, the Jedi's and the other sides, man, the dark side, all the stuff, and something in between. The Dr. Colin, but someone know how to break that down real well. But yeah, man.
Oh yeah, a lot of dudes be quick to be on that dark side, but see, like even the heart of Anakin, he just didn't know better. He was ignorant about Obi-Wan Kenobi. You know what I mean? And now you know he regretted going over to the dark side.
Yep.
You know, you got a lot of dudes that look up to you and they hate you because of the correction you give them, and then they try to go over to the dark side to go against you. Then they're gonna regret that they went to the dark side.
Oh yeah, that's facts. That's major facts right there. What's that make me think about? I like the Han Solos and stuff like that, man. Because he was his own person. You know, he didn't take no orders from nobody.
Right, exactly, man. Oh yeah, I be into that, man. I love them pod races because I be designing stuff, so I love them pod races, man. I'm looking forward to the day
Yeah.
they realize that you can't make a flying car. It don't make sense. You need to make a car that can levitate magnetically. That's the only way you're gonna really have a car quote fly. But a flying car is just gonna kill people.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah. Unless they're gonna have something something at the vent. I can't think of an actual name of her product to where like, it can keep it like the level in the sky. So like level 1, 2, 3, like the bars, like this particular level, like the lanes. It's like lanes, switching lanes.
Yeah,
But like in the
it's
sky
gonna be
going up, going down, like
yeah.
it's going
It's
to be
gotta be
something
more
like that.
advanced than way more advanced than autopilot. It's gonna have to
Yeah,
be way more advanced.
way more advanced, man. If they can ever come up with that. If they can ever come up with that. But yeah, man, that's real
Mm.
talk.
Yeah, I think this one's a good one. We went for an hour and a half on this one, man. This one is dope, man. I just appreciate it. I appreciate you always coming by, man. I think this will be a blockbuster for everybody, man. But yeah, I appreciate you stopping by for sure.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, definitely, man, for sure. You know, these conversations are needed right now. With what's going on because it's sad that there are like I said, there's content creators out there like us that's holding it down and speaking what needs to be said though, man. And you know, it only opened up a few people's ears though, but I think they will continue to come in. So I always say it's gonna be our year, man. You know, we just continue
Oh
to
yeah,
stay consistent and you know push forward because everything's finna when stuff start to turn up. That's when they're gonna start to come over here, man. When things get real, really real, that's when
yeah,
they're gonna try to come and find our channels, bro. It's happening right now,
yeah.
bit by bit. Believe it or not.
Hmm. Exactly, man. I mean, folk talk about the winter, cool, but what about the fall, the summer, and the spring? What about that? Like some of them, some of these females can't even handle those other seasons. I think what they do turn up in the summer, we get that, but like it's different when you got to reap the harvest in times like the fall or even what? No, the springtime. Yeah, certain times of the year you got to reap the harvest, and they can't. So in the wintertime, you just actually trying to reap the harvest before it get. I mean, no, in the wintertime, it's too late to reap the harvest. You have to reap the harvest before the winter.
When women say they don't need men, I say, what about legacy? What about the continuation? What about the continuation of life? You know what I'm saying? Think about that.
Man, shoot, they ain't thinking about legacy. They thinking about Legos. They want to stack. They want to stack.
Competing with us men and stuff. You know, all the women are winning though, man. No, they're not. No, the fuck they're not. The only reason why they're winning because they badass kids and because of the government. That's the only reason why. Because they just give them a leg up.
Handicapping the man.
Handicap.
I said, when they say that black man been, when they say that black man been dominated all this time, no, it was a handicap, historical handicap.
That's exactly what it is, man. That's exactly what it is. That's why they got the upper hand over a lot of men right now in the generation.
Yeah. So what do they think is about to happen next?
That's a real good question though, because everything is gonna have to go back to order. When things get real out here, when they crank it up, like out here, they're gonna be like, okay, maybe we do need men, you know, because like I said, with a lot of black people, you know, we are the most rebellious out of any other nationality in the world. Black people, very hard-headed and stiff-necked though, man. So that's why the Most High can be 10 times harder on us out of any other nationality out here.
Oh yeah, that's why I say out of all of that, based on everything you just said, the next thing to come with the real, and this is going to be like the beginning of the end, but also the end of the beginning, meaning something new is on the way. But I believe a new crop of superhuman amongst the melanated man is on the rise. These few superhumans, only a few of them, you know, and they're gonna have that Eli spirit, that or what I call the real Black Knight spirit. These real superhumans that, you know, they've endured a lot. The Creator has chosen them. The creation has made them superhuman, literally. Like their mind, their body, their spirit, everything about them is superhuman. Like me and Top actually talked about this sometime back in the day when he had a series called the Ubermensch series, but it's about this Superman. Like literally, even the Superman, they painted the wrong color. I'm just saying. I'm keeping it up. But
I can tell you why though. I appreciate you know why though.
Go ahead.
Because I'm thinking because apparently, you know, it's melanated people, men, they get their power from the sun. You know what I'm saying? The clear people though, man, they can't do that though, man, because they
what? And what's been the kryptonite? What's been the kryptonite?
The woman, man.
Ooh, stop.
They ain't ready for that. That stuff is deep, man. Deep, bro.
Even the symbol of Superman on his chest is actually it's not a real S, it's actually a Hebrew lettering.
Yep.
And then what Superman's original name, which was Kal-El, depending on the planet he came from. Man. Yeah, that was a Hebrew name. I forget the meaning of it. But
something similar to what's that Marvel character? The Silver Surfer though, man. Like man, this like a lot of them comic book stuff, man. Like this is deep, bro. It's not because of nerd stuff. It's not because of that, but it also tells you about yourself. So okay, prime example, the X-Men.
how you think the X-Men, why it got started? Well, because the inspiration came from Dr. King, which is Professor Xavier, and then Malcolm X is Magneto, and you have the mutants are the black people, and the humans are the clear people.
Exactly.
Why do you think when they say in the cartoons we can't stand the mutants though? They didn't want them in society. That was us. We were the mutants. We had the superpowers. We had the super strengths. We had all these different abilities. They didn't like that. We was a threat to them.
I'm sorry, but Dr. Umar is not part of that story because the X-Men had a school.
A school,
right?
Bro. Yep.
Where is his school?
Nowhere to be found though, man. In his damn mind.
He ain't part of the story. I'm saying he ain't really adding to the story.
Nope. A fake pro-black so-called dude.
Woo.
Man, it's some deep stuff, man. They not ready for that, bro. Like,
hey, Ray. Yeah, we stop right there. We gonna stop. We gonna stop right there.
We're giving them like too much information, man. Like,
too
much information, bro.
But keep in mind, this is all part of a Black Knight's life, and even how Eli was able to make the Bible from off the top of his head at the towards like the end of the movie. He was able to make a Bible off the top of his head, like the mind of what it takes for a certain melanated man in these times is on a God level. You're gonna be on a God level, man. A certain man is gonna be on a God level. And I believe in days to come, the richest man in the world will be another melanated man. And he gonna be like a T'Challa type. Monster Musa 2.0 is on the way.
Yeah, man. I always thought about why certain black comic books never became big as they should be, man. I know Angry Man talked about it, man. It was some awesome conversations over there, man. He break that stuff down so well. I'm like, man, I ain't thought about that.
Oh yeah, it's on the way.
Makes you think, man. It's like, wow, I'm about to look into some of the other stuff, bro, because it all has a message in it. That's what it comes down to, the message. Whether you listen to music, you're reading, you know what I'm saying? It has a message in it, bro. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah. Even the movie Predator, like that was deep because the Predators, they weren't even warriors. They were true hunters. And they had dreads. Because they were efficient enough to where they had weapons, but they didn't need weapons. So it's kind of funny how certain melanated men have dreads, but you take away their weapons, but it doesn't matter. They'll still fight you without weapons. And you see this revival going on in Jamaica right now, because you have gangs in Jamaica. You have a lot of drug wars going on there, but there is a rise of other guys in Jamaica. They in the jungle, and they fight off those kind of gang people like without weapons, like the true Rastafari. This is kind of coming out of their spirit, man. Like how they're trying to keep Jamaica alive. That's going on right now as we speak. Nobody's talking about the inner warfare in Jamaica right now. Nobody talking about it. But yeah, man, we definitely can wrap this up. But yeah, any few words you want to pop off with, man?
Yeah, I just want to say, man, thank you for having me on, bro. It's an awesome live stream, man. When minds come together like ours, man, like we just create something very refreshing, man, over here, and let's continue to keep pushing and doing what we're doing, because there are going to be people, like I said, that's coming over here, going to be watching us and get a different perspective on than what they normally see around the sector of YouTube. So, yeah, man, we're definitely like the Black Knights over here.
Oh yeah, you couldn't have said that any better, man. I couldn't have said that any better. So yeah, you're right. Definitely keeping that refreshing mind. Things of the past, we let it be. Got to move forward. Behind us is Sodom and Gomorrah. Simple as that.
Yeah, and don't let a lot of modern women out here just try to manipulate you. But I know you know that. But just the other guys, like if you see a brother down, try to lift him up. Pull him up, because we all we got. you know, at the end of the day. And, you know, it speaks for itself. So, yeah.
For sure, for sure. Yeah, definitely avoid that manipulation, everybody. And the main thing I always be saying is, you know, of course, you know, the statement like the best apology is change behavior, but they also got the statement that, you know, no change behavior just means manipulation. So, you know, she ain't willing to change her behavior. She's already manipulating. So you avoid a chick like that. She ain't even trying to change her behavior for you. Like, that's it, especially out in the wilderness. You're going to have to change your behavior, sweet. Period.
Facts.
Like, yeah, everybody hit the like button on this.
Yeah, hit the like button, share the stream, freeloaders.
And make sure y'all subscribe to CoolGent. If y'all haven't subscribed to me yet, do so. Subscribe to CoolGent as well. Share this live stream. Yeah, I heard it, CoolGent87. Go look him up, subscribe to him. He got good fire content over there as well. So we just gonna keep pushing this. That's what we doing. This is our time, like he said. Yeah, man. But yeah, y'all have a good one. Hit the like button on this live stream. Hit the notification bell at this channel if you haven't already. And yeah, we gonna roll out, man. But we definitely gonna be back again. And we gonna have some more goodness for y'all, some more blockbusters. But much love to y'all.
Peace, respect to y'all.
Peace out.
Peace.